Chapter 12. Water Resources. Key points. How we get water at our homes. How people used to get water long ago. Irrigation. Properties of water. What is this, Dad? It has water and seems to be very old. This is an ancient stepwell. It is also called bauli. People in ancient time built baulis to get water and used it for different purposes. We know that water is very essential for the survival of life on the earth. It is a significant natural resource and exists in all living beings, plants, animals and human beings. It is present in vegetables, fruits, leaves and air. The main source of water on the earth is rain. When it rains, a part of the rainwater is absorbed by the ground. It is stored as the underground water. We can get underground water through hand pumps, wells and tube wells. Plants also use underground water. Some rainwater gets collected in ponds, lakes, rivers, seas and oceans. This is called surface water. How we get water at our homes. In urban areas, we get water in our homes mostly through taps. Before water reaches our homes, it is purified and made drinkable. There are pipelines laid between the water treatment plants and our homes. Water reaches our homes through these pipelines. Thus, we get water at our homes and do not need to go anywhere. However, in most of the rural areas, people get water from wells, rivers and ponds. In most of the villages, people have to cover long distances to reach the water sources. How people used to get water long ago. Long ago, people had to cover long distances to get water. They also built some structures to store rainwater, or to get underground water. Some ancient sources of water are as follows. Baulis. In ancient times, people used to build stepwells or baulis to store rainwater. The baulis had peculiar and very attractive designs with steps on all sides. The stored water was used for drinking and other purposes. Baulis were generally built in Gujarat and Rajasthan. However, in the present time, baulis are not in use. Most of them are in ruins. Agrasen Ki Bauli in central Delhi is a very famous monument of India. It is said that it was built by King Agrasen during the period of Mahabharata. It was renovated by Agrawal community. Its length is 60 meters and width is 15 meters. The Bauli has 3 visible levels, lined with arched gates, passages, and chambers on both sides. It has 103 steps and served as a reservoir and summer refuge. Piaos. In ancient times, kings or charitable organizations used to build piaos for the travelers on the roadsides or highways. They were usually wells. We can still see piaos, but in the present time, they have taken the form of earthen pots or pitchers. Pitchers filled with water are placed along the roadsides during summers. They are maintained by a mosque, gurudwara or a temple. Some local residents also maintain them. Irrigation. Irrigation is very necessary for the growth of crops. Different crops require different quantity of water. Rice and jute need a lot of water. Hence, they are grown in areas with plenty of rainfall. Millets are grown in areas with scanty rainfall, while wheat and sugarcane need moderate rainfall. Tea and coffee are grown in the regions where it rains heavily. When we water crops by artificial means, it is called irrigation. Wells, tube wells, canals and tanks are some major sources of irrigation in India. From a well, water is drawn using a bucket and a rope. In some areas, diesel and electric pumps are also used to draw water from wells. These wells are called tube wells. Canals are also dug to take water from rivers to fields. Water wheel. At some places, water wheels are used for irrigation. They use the energy of falling water. When the water strikes the buckets fixed to the wheel, the wheel begins to rotate, and the water in the buckets fall on the other side. This water is directed into water channels to irrigate the field. Windmill. A windmill utilizes the energy of wind to draw water from a well. Water pump. Nowadays, electric water pumps are being used to draw underground water for irrigation purposes. Sprinkler system. Nowadays, sprinkler system is being used to irrigate fields. It saves a lot of water. Properties of water. Pure water is colorless, tasteless, and odorless. It is found in 3 states: solid, ice, liquid, dew and rain, and gas, steam. Density of water. Density refers to the degree to which a substance is heavy in relation to its size. We must have noticed that stones and iron nails sink in water, whereas dry wood and thermocol float. Have we ever wondered why it happens? If some object is less denser than water, it will float. However, if it is more denser than water, it will sink. Since the stones and iron nails are denser than water, they sink. Dry wood and thermocol being less dense float on water. Solubility in water. We must have noticed that some substances mix or dissolve in water while some do not. Substances that get dissolved in water are called soluble substances, such as sugar and salt. Substances that do not dissolve in water are called insoluble substances, such as sand and oil. Elder talk. Sometimes there is shortage of water in cities. There is no water supply because of different reasons. Whenever there are such circumstances, people have to go far off places to get water. They sometimes call water tankers too. Read and recall. The main source of water on the earth is rain. Long ago, people used to build bowls and piaus for getting water. When a field is watered using artificial means, it is called irrigation. Wells, tube wells, canals and tanks are the major sources of irrigation in India. Pure water is colorless, tasteless, and odorless. Floating or sinking of an object in water depends on the density of the object.